taking that video.
And give me a way too early prediction for that one.
I don't know. Honestly, to me, Conor Benn is trash. So, I mean, I don't really know. I think Ryan should win. But I want to see Kev versus Ryan too. So they need to make that happen.
They do need to make that happen. I'm with you on that one. That's what I want to see too.
There was the video that came out this week of Ryan Garcia doing karaoke with at the streamer Neon's place. Yeah. And I saw Terrence Crawford reply to that or comment on that and say, you better be taking this seriously or you're going to get knocked out. Do you?
Terrence Crawford's not a legend yet. I don't know why people are trying to talk like he's a legend.
Yeah. He's an all-time great?
He's an all-time great. He's an all-time great Hall of Famer. But legend? Nah, not even close.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big moments that should have happened. I'm here to become a legend.
So does he owe Ennis? Does he owe Ennis a fight? Does he?
He owes me a fight, Ennis a fight, Virgil Ortiz a fight. He should have ran it, but at least he still had so much in the tank.
Yeah.
They trying to act like he was old and had injuries. Bro, didn't have none of that.
What up, though?
You right for that, bro?
Ryan Garcia or Conor Benn. I got that's a. I'm leaning towards Ryan Garcia as far as experience and skills, but Conor Benn definitely has a puncher's chance. So Ryan has to be really sharp and on point and defensive minded. While he's he's mainly an offensive fighter, but he needs to have some needs to turn the defense.
Conor Benn shows off body transformation amid weight cut for Ryan Garcia fight. Yes, this is Conor Benn looking lean. Looking very lean, it has to be said, ahead of his fight next month with Ryan Garcia. His first fight at welterweight in over 4 years. Now, bear in mind, he fought Regis Prograis at 150 pounds, not welterweight. And he didn't look good in that fight. Didn't look good at all. He looked noticeably smaller, he looked noticeably leaner, he looked noticeably more lethargic in that fight against a very small chinny who had a body, may as well have been glass, Regis Prograis. And Ben didn't look good. And once again, his power was still nowhere to be seen.
This is my last fight at 147. When I win the world title, I'll move on. But for me, yeah, I haven't made 147 for 4 years, so it's challenging. Don't get me wrong, it's really hard. You think I went up to 183 pounds for the Eubank fights, so it's hard, but, we're getting it done.
So after this fight, it'll be going up to 154 pounds then?
154, 160.
I just don't feel like I need to spar a lot, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Sparring a lot is just for people that don't know how to fight for real. I know how to fight. I just think Ben's a bum, bro. So if I'm sparring streamers this whole camp. What do you guys think my weight is?
How much do you have to fight at?
147.
147?
Yeah. So I'll be...
How much do you weigh right now?
I don't really disclose it.
Oh, you can't? Oh. Sorry.
I think Ryan knocks out Conor, to be honest. I think he'll go past 5, but I think like 7, 8 around there. I think Ryan will knock him out. I just think that Conor Benn's gonna be too drained at 47. Like, you seen him the way he looked at 49 against Regis. Come on, dog. Like, you ain't gonna tell me that Ryan ain't gonna stop this fool. He's gonna stop him. This is a good fight for him.
But besides that, the pressure, what else you think Conor Benn does that might give Ryan?
That's the thing. It's not really much. I see him as a raw talent. I'm not saying he's a bad talent.
Yeah.
But I see him as a raw talent.
Okay.
He doesn't impress me with his jab.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't put combinations together.
Not really.
He just comes and he molds you down.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
Huh?
He was struggling to make 149.
I don't think he'll make it either.
No offense to Conor, but we don't even know what he looks like at 147 anymore.
Last fight with Conor Benn, legs didn't look stable. Didn't think he performed well.
Fighting at a weight that he's not fought at for 4.5 years.
The weight cut seemed pretty easy for you.
It's never easy, but you get it done.
When Ryan Garcia laid eyes on Conor Benn's latest training footage, he did not bother with a technical breakdown. He just stared at the screen and shouted 5 words that set the entire combat sports world on fire. That's not
You see a sight that almost stops your heart. Hey,
Guys,
you guys
how
hear
is
that
it so
Conor
far?
Benn already said this is his last fight at 147? Bro's already making excuses. I don't want to hear none of that, bro. You said you wanted this work. You
Guys, don't worry. I'm going to show you guys.
I'm going to put
I'm
a
a boxer,
beat down
okay?
on your butt. Luckily, it's a kid's channel right now. This is a kid's episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm him!
Family friendly Ryan. Family friendly Ryan.
Family friendly Ryan, bro.
Yeah.
Him! Bet the house!
WBC welterweight title clash set for Las Vegas. The physical transformation of the British contender has completely hijacked the narrative. Benn is stepping into the ring, looking less like a traditional welterweight and more like an action figure carved out of granite. But behind the terrifying visuals lies a high-stakes gamble that could either crown him a world champion.
Good body. That's hard. The weight. The weight's a big issue. You know, Conor at 149, his last fight, he hasn't fought at 47 in 5 years. And, you know, he went up to 160 to fight Eubank in those 2 fights, put on some good size, some good mass, had a lot of trouble getting back down for the Prograis fight, did not look good at the scale, and that was at 149. 2 pounds is 2 pounds, but it's 2 pounds at the end of a weight cut. Yeah. How much do you think this plays a factor in this? You're a guy who you made weight recently. You understand what it's like to get back down, going back down in weight.
Yeah, it's I think it could be problematic for Conor. I don't think either way.
I think it's a huge issue. I think
think either way he's not going to win the fight, but I think they'll probably use it as the, hey, you know, we didn't perform because of the weight type of thing. You know, I think it is. I mean, and in some ways it is going to weaken him. I do think that, but I think even the best Conor Benn gets knocked out by Ryan Garcia. But I do think that it's not going to help his cause either. Yeah, it's a difficult weight cut for him for sure.
Yeah,
I think that'll be used as, I won't say an excuse, but a reason for Conor.
But where does he go after that then?
Back down to the 147-pound limit for the first time in 4 years is no small feat. Photos circulating across social media show Benn carrying virtually zero body fat with incredible muscle definition and vascularity for the weight class. Benn himself admitted that hitting this target has been a brutal, exhausting ordeal, even confirming that this will
Yeah. All I do is focus on doing what I gotta do. And that's why I am where I am, because I just focus on doing me. Forget all the noise, forget all the politics, forget everything else. Focus on being the best fighter I can be and let my team handle the rest.
You know, speaking of you punching people's heads in, you and Ryan got in it on X the other day. You said he lacks heart and you're gonna make him quit.
Yeah.
You know,
That's not speculation. That's fact. We've seen it. As soon as he gets on top, as soon as he gets a bit rough in there, he don't like it. You know, so I'll go in there and I'll show him. I'll show him what I'm like.
You know, speaking of your heart, you had those 2 incredible fights with Eubank. Talk to me a little bit about what you learned in those fights and what you gained from that.
I learned I could go to the well and back. You know, they were hard fights. They were extremely taxing and challenging. You know, especially up at middleweight. They were hard fights. That's what I'm here for. That's what we're here for, to give the fans, you know, fight of the year kind of fights. You know, and just keeping it moving.
He said, yeah, it's hard, it's brutal. This will be my last fight at 147 pounds. When I win the world title, I'll move on. But for me, I haven't made 147 pounds for 4 years, so it's challenging. It's really hard. You think I went up to 183 pounds night of the fight for Eubank Jr. fight, you know, so it's hard. We're getting it, but we're getting it done. Right, so that's what Conor Benn has to say there. So, and look at the those before and after pics. Like 183 pounds, okay, we'll take your word for it. But you're telling me, hang on a second, you're telling me even with a rehydration clause, you packed on 23 pounds from the weigh-in. Okay, I believe you, thousands wouldn't. But still, if he is he looks noticeably leaner, you can see that. And for Conor Benn to be admitting that this is his last fight at 147 pounds, that tells me that and essentially already saying that, you know, the struggle is real. People, that tells me that Conor Benn is already planning the excuses. Because if you think about it like this, how often do you hear fighters who go into a fight knowing they'll lose? Chavez Jr. versus Canelo Alvarez, prime example. They did that fight 9 years ago at 164.5 pounds. It was Canelo's official debut at middleweight, which was closer to super middleweight. And Chavez Jr., who really, cruiserweight, you know, he was big at light heavyweight. For him to get down to that weight, even at that stage in his career, was seen as like, that's just unbelievably ambitious. And even in the build up to the fight, when he looked an absolute skeleton on the scales, he looked awful, right? He didn't even try in that fight. Well, I'm saying he doesn't try most time, but you know what I mean? He had nothing left on fight night. Even still in the build up, he was saying, yeah, I've made the weight comfy. I might even be able to do 160 pounds again. They don't want to give anything away. Even though they know probably not going to win this fight, probably it's a way too far, I've taken too much off, I still don't want to, one, give my opponent any more confidence than he already has. And I want to give the perception that, all right, look, I'm not expected to win. I'm the underdog. But without admitting to the world, you know, I'm really struggling, this is hard, I'm just going to act like, you know.
Over on the hardcore boxing forums, the skepticism is reaching a boiling point. Users on Reddit have been quick to revive the infamous egg jokes, pointing back to Benn's previous failed test, where his team famously blamed elevated testosterone levels on an absurdly high egg consumption. Fans have been sharing side-by-side footage comparing Benn's early career.
How you doing, Bubbles? Yes, good. Oh, Ryan got motion in Japan? Your shirt? Thank you so much. Arigato arimasu. Arigato arimasu. Arigato arimasu.
Oh, I want to say this too, real quick before I go. Did you guys see Conor Benn's before and after pictures? Showing Conor Benn when he's at his natural weight and how he looks now. This guy looks sick now. And I told you guys on my Facts Friday that there's a difference between sweating and making weight and having to work the weight off. And you guys know Roy Jones Jr. is my favorite fighter of all time. I was a huge fanboy and I always use him as an example. When Roy Jones Jr. moved down from heavyweight and he shrunk down in 3 months to light heavyweight, he was never the same since. If you look at Roy now, look at him right here. In his first fight against Tarver, his shoulders were so damn sloop and small and dehydrated and deflated. They couldn't even poke out of his robe. Look at him. No muscle definition, no teardrop, nothing. But look at him just 3 months prior when he built the muscle to become heavyweight. That dude looked like a damn Hercules. And he had to work all of those muscles off. He didn't just sweat and make weight and sweat off the fat and just shrunk down. No, muscle weighs more than fat. He had to shrink the muscle down. He had to cut muscle. Take it away from his reflexes, his speed, his power, all the things that made him Roy. I am concerned for Conor Benn. Conor Benn having to cut that muscle and stuff like that to fight Ryan Garcia, which he hasn't been at 147 in years.
Even the professionals inside the sport are far from convinced that this sculpted frame guarantees success. Former unified champion Keith Thurman labeled Benn a bodybuilder boxer, arguing that while Benn looks shredded, carrying that much extra bulk often comes at the expense of flexibility, fluid technique, and boxing IQ.
Beat me and take my belt? You lost the belt? Listen, Ryan, calm down. You're having one of them little episodes. Calm down. I know you're getting all excited. I know you're getting all excited, but I'll come over here and smack them glasses straight off your face. Understand? I'll come over here and smack them glasses straight off your face. That's what I'll do. Sitting there. You won't do shit. I promise you won't do shit. I promise you won't do shit. Who won't do shit? Who won't do shit? Who won't do shit? Who won't do shit? Yeah, who won't do shit? Who won't do shit? Yeah, cool. Wait till I smash you up. Wait till I smash you up and make you quit. Wait till I smash you up and make you quit. Yeah, why? Make you quit. Hey, you won't make it to 5. Your dad knows you won't make it to 5. You quit. You quit. You have no heart. You're not Mexican, bro. You're not Mexican, bro. You ain't got the heart. ¿Qué vas a hacer? ¿Hacer algo? Si tú no vas conmigo para Londres, pendejo. Pendejo, va conmigo para Londres, tú ya lo sabes.
Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn.
Conor Benn gonna probably stop him.
What? Really?
He gonna probably stop him, man. Keeper. Ryan he ain't been this since his dad first fight with Haney. And he got popped. He just had never been he never got back to that type of winning. I've seen being firsthand. Man, that dude, he gonna destroy you. You heard it first. You heard it first from Bowman.
I hear you.
Legendary fighters and analysts like Roy Jones Jr., Sean Porter, and Tim Bradley are viewing the matchup through a tactical lens. Muscle mass does not absorb heavy counterpunches, and Garcia possesses one of the fastest, most lethal left hooks in the sport. Benn's aggressive, come-forward style means he will be marching directly.
Undercard. We saw last night that Ryan Garcia announced his next fight on the Jimmy Fallon show. Well, if you were mean-spirited, you would say that was the battle of the PEDs. But we're not mean-spirited, so we won't make that observation. Where are you on this fight?
I mean, like Simon, listen to yourself. You just had to drop that in there.
I did.
I don't understand why you have to drop that there.
Because Ryan Garcia
all these guys.
Ryan Garcia.
Hold on.
So did Conor.
Hold on. They failed. They've changed. They came back. They've been drug tested 24/7. Nothing in their system. You know. Yeah, I mean, like, and you're still going on.
You want them? Hang on, you can pack it in. You want people that have failed drug tests to be banned from sports. So don't you start.
But until they put a law in, if you get caught taking drugs,
so there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with me making the observation that I just made.
No, I mean, like, it's
don't get all moralistic. You want people banned from sport if they fail PED.
Yeah, but
But going on to the question, the bigger question, right? The bigger question. A lot of people think that Conor has been wonderfully matched, marvelously matched, made enormous amounts of money, which no one begrudges people making money, but it's been wonderfully matched to achieve that. Ryan Garcia, whatever we may or may not think about his performance against Tank Davis, is at a level that could possibly expose Conor Benn to what people think is that he's not at this level. What's your view on that? Do you think he gets exposed in this fight, Conor?
Listen, Conor is my pal, so I'm not going to sit here and try to mess up his name and that. This is a good fight for him. He's always wanted a big fight. Now he's getting it on what's called Mexico Independence Day, I believe so.
Is that what
you know, when he fought against Eubank had a lot of opportunities to counter. And he didn't. He couldn't pull the trigger. But I feel a young guy like Garcia, he's gonna be able to pull that trigger. And one of the best things about his game is that he's a decent counterpuncher. I'm not gonna lie. He's a decent counterpuncher. He knows how to land that left hook. And the fact that his father started to develop his right hand, that's gonna help him even more in fights, because he don't have to be just dependent upon one punch. He can use both hands now. And what I did like about Ryan's performance was he did go to the body as well. He went to the body with right hands to the body as well. And he used his feet and he moved laterally. And he was setting nice little lateral traps, walking Barrios into shots. And that's what he's probably gonna do against Conor Benn. That's probably what he's gonna be looking to do. Use his aggression against him. And he gonna catch him coming in, double impact, and it can be all she wrote. Both guys have been down before. I've seen Garcia down, he gets up, right? He gets up. And I've seen Conor Benn go down too. I seen him go down against a guy that don't really punch that hard too. Not a real big puncher. Early in his career, you know, he learned it on the job. I think another aspect of this fight that's probably not getting talked about is the fact that as much as we talk about Ryan Garcia, you know, I can't help but mention that it took him 10 years to win a world championship, or a world title, I should say. Took him 10 years. That's a long time. That's a very long time. So like, even with his talent, it doesn't match the accolades, right? Doesn't match the accolades. And you can say outside things. You can say outside things got in the way. Maybe his relationship with his promoter, whatever. You can make any excuse you want to make. But I'm looking at skill. I'm looking at talent. The combination of four.
Benn has repeatedly insisted that he thrives as an underdog, claiming that being doubted brings out his absolute best. Yet his official record shows that narrative is mostly a myth. Benn has only ever been the betting underdog twice.
Are you going to be involved, Oscar, in the promotion of this fight?
I mean, how fucking petty are these guys not to include me and not to, make sure I'm not on stage and make sure that, what are they afraid that I'm gonna sock Dana in the nose? I mean, of course I'm gonna be there. Of course I'm gonna be promoting it. Ryan Garcia, everybody knows he's my fighter, so he's under Golden Boy. So, we're looking forward to a big, massive event. I believe the other day, Turkey said that $6+ million have already been sold. So, yeah, it's gonna be a big event. So I'm really looking forward to be part of it.
So to be clear, Oscar, at that press conference in New York 2 weekends ago, did you want to be involved and were told that you cannot be involved?
I wasn't even aware of it. And that's what they do. That's what these people do. They try to slip by one under me, or I really do believe they are trying to keep me away from Dana because they know what's going to happen.
What would happen if you saw him? Wait, but you just said, oh man, you still got it.
Look, obviously I'm not gonna punch anybody, but they're trying to keep everything from me. And we all know Ryan Garcia is a Golden Boy fighter, and this is a Golden Boy event. And this is a Zuffa event because Turkey bought the event and he included Zuffa because obviously Conor is a Zuffa fighter now. And so, yeah, let's all work together and, everything will be fine. Don't be afraid.
Is there any part of you that feels like, okay, I didn't know, you didn't know, but, Ryan, your guy, should have told you about this, should have included you in the talks?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And look, the bottom line is that I didn't know. Nobody, they just slipped one by me just like that. So, look, just stop being pussies. Let's get this show on the road. Let's make the biggest event possible, and then we'll move on.
Yeah. See, this is a massive fight, so everyone's going to have their opinion on it. Are you surprised about how many people are favouring it for Garcia? Would you say give him a chance?
I've not seen the noise.
Yeah.
I'm not in touch with it all. I've not been on social media. I've not been aware of anything for the past 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
All I do is lock in, train hard, spend time with my family, and be the best fighter I can be.
Yeah.
It's all eyes on Garcia and taking that world title, ripping that world title from his waist.
Yeah. I know we spoke about mentality, but in terms of a fight, beating Eubank was a massive achievement, and there was so much history that come into it. But how does beating Eubank compare to the feeling of winning the world title? Do you think a world title win is the stamp of authority? Would you say?
Beating Eubank there'll always be something special about that. There'll always be something special about the first fight. I preferred the first fight over the second. It was a fight of the year, and only Eubank could have taken me there. I don't think any other fighter could have taken me there. And it takes two to tango. So, for me, in terms of theatrics and drama and chaos, and it was a movie. It was real life Creed.
Yeah.
Winning the world title is for myself. It's very personal. Whereas the Eubank fights were for the family name.
Yeah.
It's for family pride. It was for DNA. It's for bragging rights. This for me is for myself. This is personal, something I always wanted to achieve, something I always wanted to win, is that world title and not be just a #1 contender or, world level, but being world champion.
The real danger for Benn lies in the scales. Squeezing a heavily muscled body down to 147 pounds often leaves a fighter drained, devoid of fluid around the brain, and far more vulnerable to getting knocked out cold by the first
Last fight against Conor Benn. He's rumored to fight Ryan Garcia. What's your thoughts about that fight if it happens?
I think it's a great fight. And my pick, I pick Conor Benn. I think that Ryan Garcia is a better boxer. But if they get to a fight, which it might happen, I will pick Conor Benn. Because Conor Benn, Conor Benn is not skilled. He's not that skilled, but he's a raw fighter. You know, he's just a raw fighter. He wants to get there. He wants to fight. So if they get to that, if they get to the fight, I got it.
You think he'd be better? Conor Benn, obviously it was made about the weight drain. Do you think he'd be better at 47 or going up to 54 to try and make
54,
that fight?
54. I think at 54. I think because at 47 he might be. I don't know. Look, the thing is, Conor Benn hit really hard. Conor Benn has a lot of power, but I saw everything coming. That's the only thing. So if Conor Benn is seeing this, he just had to hide his punch a little bit. You know, if you can catch people more, if you think about speed and kind of hide your punch. But like I say, he hits hard, but you can see it coming. If you load up, you can see it coming. So with Ryan Garcia, he has a lot of experience. With somebody like that, you have to be a little more, just hide his punch a little more. That's all.
For obviously Conor Benn is that he's not been at welterweight for 4 years. You know, he's boxed at 160 pounds.
Yeah, he looks interesting.
As ex-fighters, we know how hard it is to come back down in weight. He hasn't carried the strength back down with him, making 150 last time out. Barry, explain to the people how difficult it is to lose 3 pounds in body weight, fluid, when you're tight at the weight already. Because he looked dead at the weight of 150. So 147, that is my concern.
I don't have the time to tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
To go through it in detail, but we all,
that's my
maybe
concern.
not Fraser.
That's my concern for him.
Too.
Punch power, punch resistance, all of that gone. And the one thing that we don't know about Conor Benn yet is he world level? Because we don't know that yet. He's not boxed anyone
well, it's interesting
at that level yet. So
it's interesting.
It's an interesting fight.
It's interesting. That's a very point I made and was thinking about when I saw that he was fighting Regis Prograis. And Prograis, came up from light welterweight. He fought Josh Taylor all those years ago. Very good fighter, world champion momentarily, and then Josh took the title off him. But I asked, that was the very same thing I thought. Okay, it's okay, he's fighting Eubank at 160 pounds or thereabouts. Then suddenly he's dropping to, at an advanced stage, he's dropping to 147. What it takes out of you to drop that weight, it just kills you. It really takes so much strength. Your resistance goes. You don't even know it. Suddenly, I can't take a shot anymore. Your resistance goes. Your ability to be explosive goes. All of that, and that's exactly the point I was thinking. How's he going to do 147 and be strong again? So, and I'm not convinced that he's still strong at 147. I think he's got a bit older. He let the bar out to go up and fight Eubank with 160 pounds. The difference between 160 and 147, it's only 13 pounds, but it makes so much difference to a guy's ability to hold a shot, to deliver a shot, to be explosive, to have that explosiveness in the middle of a fight and near the end to be able to get a guy out of there. All of those things go when you burn yourself down to make.
Despite the mounting doubts, Benn remains wildly confident, openly predicting an early knockout victory to capture the WBC belt. On the other side, Garcia seems almost relaxed, already looking past Benn and dropping a hit list of future targets, like Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, while completely ignoring Devin Haney. Both fighters enter Las Vegas with immense pressure, but for
Start with Trejo419, who asked, does Conor Benn have a chance to upset Ryan Garcia?
A slim chance. I think a 20% chance, Trejo, because we've seen Ryan Garcia be vulnerable in exchanges. We've seen him go down. We've questioned his heart before. But I think we're seeing a new Ryan Garcia. That performance against Mario Barrios surprised the hell out of me. I never knew he had a right hand. So that means he developed a right hand. He always had that lethal left hook. So I think Conor Benn, who needs to get on the inside, it's going to be a recipe for disaster. So I think Ryan Garcia is a major favorite, and Conor Benn's going to have a tough fight.
Yeah, I would say there's a chance because I do think Conor Benn has explosive power. We've seen Ryan Garcia drop to the body. We've seen him stop to the body. We've also seen him clipped when he steps back. Like when he steps back, he has a bad habit of dropping his hands and exposing his chin, and maybe Conor Benn can catch him like that. But I do think Ryan is an overwhelming favorite, and there's a lot more ways that Ryan Garcia can stop Conor Benn than Conor Benn can stop Ryan Garcia. I do want to ask you one thing about this. There was the video that came out this week of Ryan Garcia doing karaoke with at the streamer Neon's place. Yeah. And I saw Terrence Crawford reply to that or comment on that and say, you better be taking this seriously or you're going to get knocked out. Do you think there's any chance that Ryan Garcia is taking Conor Benn maybe too lightly?
Of course, because Ryan Garcia is a streamer. He's a YouTuber. He's one of these Instagram guys, but he is a champion now because of politics. He has that WBC strapped around his waist. So we have to label him and call him and respect him as a world champion, but he's not going to get rid of his old ways. His old ways is what got him to this position as a popular, sensation because of his following, because of what he does outside the ring. So he's always going to juggle both, Mannix.
Cinco de Mayo.
I want to win. I want to fight Teofimo or Rollies as the winner.
Not the Rollies. Win the winner of that
That's
fight.
what I want to end my Golden Boy career with.
Who's gonna win that fight?
Probably Teofimo.
Odds are pretty close.
Yeah, I feel like Teofimo has his number. I think the sparring is gonna play a part in it, and I feel like Rollies, he's gonna have they're gonna both have a sense of hesitation because of the sparring, but I think because Teofimo has so much belief, like when Teofimo really, really believes in himself, like he didn't seem like he was confident with Shakur at all in the lead up. But I think this fight, he knows what to do to Rollies.
So you don't even care about avenging the Rolly Romero fight, it sounds like.
Not really, man. That's not my best, but one day, if I could complete a side mission to like redeem myself for that or like right that wrong, I will. But right now, I feel like I have bigger fish to fry, and it's gonna happen. But it's gonna happen when I'm like, all right, let me just fill this little thing in I have to do. Yeah.
All right, so if you get the Tia Rolly winner after that.
When the bell rings at the T-Mobile Arena, we will finally learn whether this outrageous physique is a masterpiece of modern conditioning or a catastrophic mistake made on the scales. Cutting down that low with that much extra muscle could prove to be his ultimate weapon, or the exact reason his chin betrays him under the bright Vegas lights. Is